Until I was 35, there was nothing out of the ordinary, nothing remarkable about my life. My days were very like one of those Baroque string quartets. Soothing, placid, repetitive, school years without protest or excess, prom years, not so much as a single evening's anarchy. My uncle, a Connecticut lawyer, was heard on the eve of my 19th birthday to raise a toast which described me in a positive way, he thought, as unsurprising. In college, an unexceptional college, I appreciated music, appreciated art. I was, if memory serves, a major in a subject whose actual point or content now escapes me: cultural geography. Had I died at that time, perhaps of acute boredom, let us say, in a school cafeteria, eating peas, it would have been agreed by all who knew me that my epitaph should read, "She did as she was told," or blander yet, "She did as she supposed she might be told." I met my husband, Arthur, at a festive tea held to honor the retiring faculty advisor of the Christian Youth Center. He proposed a toast, grape bait I think it was, and we married 2 years later after weekly dates shared out among 3 restaurants of vastly ordinary cuisine. We were, I'm sure, the last of our generation to save ourselves for marriage. We had 2 children, first a girl and then a boy. 2 job transfers, 2 homes, 2 subdivisions, and then on our 15th anniversary, Archer left me, saying I had nothing further to give. I was, he said, unmarked by life. In the weeks that followed, I suffered most because I could not seem to suffer. I became an acolyte to sangria, made brief, nervous forays into single bars, and one evening was walked to my car by a musician who suggested that we make love there in the parking lot, between 2 yellow lines, as he so delicately put it, between sets. Well, I resisted, and much annoyed, he cut me here. I stood, horrified and somewhat embarrassed, at sea in the midst of asphalt, staring at drops of blood on my beige shoes. When this scar, formed, I was astounded to find that for the first time, people looked at me, not unkindly and with interest. And they were not the sort of people that I had known before. Oh no, these were interesting people, people who were not unmarked by life. And my mark, my scar, made me in some way approachable. This blemish gave me confidence. And it occurred to me then, or very shortly thereafter, that perhaps it might be best to wear our lives upon our skin. And so I do. This serpent is Muhammad Mustafa, who coiled his life around mine and taught me that there are pressures and dangers and even sort of degradation so delightful that it seems ungrateful to resist. This bird in flight, horror-struck, would be my mother. This sight, the ritual likeness of my musician in the parking lot. This daylily, which blooms decades and is remembered, is Miriam, who instructed me with her death, taught me with her going. On the palm of my left hand, a crucified Christ, for Brother Shelton, who reached out a hand to save me, he thought, and was repaid with pain. A rising sun for Alex, Charybdis and Scylla for Jimmy and Cal. An orchid for... Isn't that odd? I know her scent, but can't recall her name. They have all marked me. Well, of course you see that. May I advise you? Please, let them mark you. Because you see, the best among us have had so many imprints left upon them that it is like embroidery. And these people, live engraved, are drawn to each other and pass the time interpreting their signs. And those moments of sharing are the best of life. And this unraveling of hieroglyphs, personally I call it love, lasts only so long as there are marks to read. Then it's gone. Sometimes the unmarked are attracted to me. They stare. Briefly. Fascinated and a little frightened. And in the parking lots, I cut them. Make a small mark, like this. And it is then their lives begin. With a little pain. That is, if there is any understanding in them. You understand me? Yes, I think you do. Salute.
I'm just an angel